Yo, bro, did your power go out?
No, it didn't. But if it did, I already told my wife we're gonna have to start burning some furniture.
Tacos con todo.
Oh, are those tacos? You better believe they're tacos.
Let's get tacos. Who would have thought they'd have tacos here?
You realize that's probably a Camel ass taco.
Told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight.
Give me one of those famous giant beers I heard so much about.
Oh, what's against your lips? It's so good. Start the episode already. What are we doing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Talks with Beer. I'm Alfie.
And I'm your boy Phil. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Also, if you're listening to us on any other audio devices, make sure you follow us as well on there so that way you can be notified every time we drop a new episode.
Yeah, man, hit that like button.
Ding ding. I'm actually getting pretty good at saying that because I was like tongue tied and I was like, but you know what? I've actually got it down to where it's like second nature of me saying that.
Yeah, man.
And I'm pretty excited, so I can actually just run through that next time.
Yeah, dude. So there's a couple exciting things happening. I mean, a couple things that have been exciting happening in the last week or so.
Yeah, Dallas has been fucking on its shit, like bipolar wise.
Yeah, I know.
If you think your woman's bad being bipolar, you should check out Dallas's weather or Texas's weather. Pretty much.
If you think I'm crazy, you should watch Texas weather.
Yeah, that's even more on some crazy shit.
Yeah, dude. Another awesome thing that I love was, the NASA's rover landed on Mars.
Yeah, I know.
It was, I believe, on the 18th.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
we weren't able to come in here. Obviously, you guys know that some shit happened that usually never happens here, and that's the ice. It got really bad.
It got bad. It's like it felt like we're living up north, and they pretty much now a lot of people that live up north, they'll probably be like, "What? Why y'all tripping? We get this weather all the time." Well, you know what? We don't. Yeah. So we don't have our vehicles, our mindset, our houses. Like they're not built for that. They're built to deal with the heat, not with the cold. And Texas was on some shit this past week, so that's why it kind of like delayed us from getting in and recording.
It threw our schedule, everything off completely, and not just here, for everything, work, everything wise. It was just like, just stay home. Literally, the whole city shut down, man. It was like everybody just stay home.
But you know what's cool about this show is that no matter what happens, we always find a way to come back and hit it again. Because I've seen some other podcasts, I've seen some other shows that they kind of like once something like life hits them, or they get in some kind of situation with their family, or just something goes on that's out of the routine, they just kind of like stop the show, stop recording, or stop doing stuff. And it's kind of like we kind of just get right back into the groove.
Yeah,
and
we try to stick to our schedule.
Yeah,
man.
That's why I tell people, if you're gonna do stuff and do a hobby, be consistent with it, no matter what.
Yeah, so Perseverance landed on Mars, and it was like extremely exciting for everybody. Because not only did this new rover on Mars is going to be able to like dig through, and it's going to try to find signs of like old civilizations, if any, on Mars. But that motherfucker went over there with a fucking drone, bro.
Yes, I know.
A fucking
it's
helicopter.
So dope. They haven't released it yet. They haven't tried out the drone yet, but it is attached to it. And right now, I think they're just, I think when they get, samples and stuff, of course, it takes a couple days for it to get back to Earth.
Right.
So we actually got to see the actual landing of it.
Yeah, that was super.
And that was pretty cool. And I actually have, they actually had sound, our very first recording of sound on Mars that was actually broadcasted, and it came out on this past week. And for those who haven't heard it, well, you're in luck today, because I actually have it, and I'm going to play it for you guys. So
this is what it sounds like.
This is what it sounds like. We have the one of the operationer guys. What's his name? Dave. What's his name?
Grohl.
I think his name. Yeah, Dave Grohl. So and he held a press conference. And this is the very first sound.
Wait, it's not the same dude as the Foo Fighters?
No, not that guy. This is a more of an intelligent,
not the Nirvana drummer,
space nerd guy. All right, so check it out, guys.
Not Dave Grohl.
I invite you now to, if you would like to close your eyes and just imagine yourself sitting on the surface of Mars and listening to the surroundings.
Close my eyes.
If I could have the first one, please. So that gentle whirl that happens in the background, that is a noise made by the rover. But yes, what you did hear 10 seconds in was an actual wind gust on the surface of Mars, picked up by the microphone and sent back to us here on Earth.
Oh, sorry. And that was my wife calling me. But we actually, that was the sound of Mars.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
That was
I mean, it just sounded like wind.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like on another planet. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's really awesome, man. I love the cosmos, so all this stuff is like right up my alley. So I was watching all of it, the landing, everything. And then just recently, NASA released their 8K footage of their satellite beaming down onto the Mars planet, and it looks fucking phenomenal. If that's something you actually haven't seen, go seek it out online and watch the 8K footage of it. It looks freaking amazing, man. It looks amazing, dude. Like the the ground, the landscape, everything, like the quality is just so insane, bro. It's amazing.
It's crazy how we're getting closer and closer and closer now to figure out if there's life on another planet, if what another planet actually looks like, because I think back then, the technology that was back then wasn't capable of doing anything that it's doing now. And the fact that we're alive and we're actually getting to see it, it's pretty cool. Next, I'm just waiting for the Transformers to pop out during that rover to smush it,
Yeah, exactly, dude. So like the Mars day is actually like 40 minutes longer than the Earth day, because Mars is a little smaller.
Yeah.
So that's something that they're gonna have to work on is setting all their shit up to make sure that it aligns with that. Because just thinking about that is insane, right? Just because the planet is smaller, so the day is longer by 40 minutes. I'm like, man, that's just so crazy. It's so insane. All the shit that we know, all the shit that we find out, I'm like, mind blown.
Yeah. I mean, when my boss at work, when they landed, I was there. I actually got to watch it real time because we have the NASA channel.
Yeah.
So we actually got to see it land, and we knew what time it was going to land, and we're all waiting by.
Right. You guys were no, because it wasn't in Houston. It was in California.
It was in California, Pasadena.
Yeah, that's right.
They have.
I was about to say like when they were in Houston, but no.
It was in Pasadena. And my boss, he's very involved in like space, and he just loves that stuff. Like he always tells me like he went to space camp, and when he was younger, and he was involved, and he's a part of all these organizations that has to do with space and NASA and stuff like that. So when it landed, and I saw like a couple tears in his eyes, and
really,
yeah, and
damn, that's awesome.
It kind of hit me like, wow, like some people just might see this as, oh, that's just cool, and just kind of go about their days, but some people like this stuff is like they've been dreaming of this since they were kids. And to actually get to see it live, especially from my boss, he's a lot older, that he actually got to see it in his lifetime. Yeah. That kind of meant something to him. And that, one day we could go on the moon. Like Elon Musk said, he's going to take us up there.
Well, I mean, where he wants to go is to Mars, which is where the lander landed. But, obviously,
How long is the trip?
Shit, I don't know. Like a couple of years. Maybe I can bring that info up for you. How long it took them to do it?
I mean, because it's not like driving to like from here across the country.
No, it's definitely not.
Can you imagine being on that road? Just be like, But you know what? Time is a lot different in space than it is in.
Well, it's that whole thing. Time is relative, right? So if you have no gravity, there's really no sense of time.
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
which is something that's like really fucking weird to me. Something that they established a while back was that time travel is actually possible, right? So like if you were to get on a spaceship and go at the speed of light away from Earth and just like flying through the cosmos at the speed of light, you within like a year would have, like, for you traveling for 1 year, Earth time would have been, I think, like 50 years. I'm not really sure on the math, but so because there's no gravity in space, you're just like fucking flying through. So just with that, you have already time traveled because you've already, obviously the time is different on the spaceship than it is back on Earth.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think we get older in space?
Would you get older?
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm just saying, like, for you, it's still a year and on Earth it would have been like whatever the time was. I think it's like anywhere from 20 to like 50 years, I believe. Don't quote me. I'm not a fucking scientist.
But I've also heard studies that, for astronauts, they do come back taller. Because, gravity works, the way gravity works, it's like your bones begin to stretch out.
Yeah, and also
and
like they have
body.
a lot of God, I can't exactly remember what the term is, but like like your muscles and everything, you have a lot of it kind of goes away. So when they come back a lot weaker, which is why they have to set up training equipment on the space shuttle, because when you're in space there's no gravity, there's nothing, so your body starts to evolve, to adapt to space, which is so crazy, right?
Yeah.
How quickly your body will start to adapt to that. It's like, damn, that's insane.
I mean, my body was trying to adapt to the fucking cold that was here, because I'm so used to the heat. So I can imagine what it's going to be adapting if I'm in space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude. So it's just it's nuts, bro. It's like the new space era. It's coming in.
Space Force, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Trump
it's like,
was lying.
and then the end of an era for fucking Daft Punk. God damn it, they're done with. I fucking love Daft Punk, and they're done after like 20 years, man.
20 years of being together, and they just broke up. I wonder if they're.
Shout out to Daft Punk.
You think it's more of a
amazing music?
You think it's more of a political stunt?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just like done, bro. It's like they did it for a long ass time. They're old. They're older. You get older, you got families, you got shit. I think they just want to hang it up.
Well, why don't? Since they're wearing masks and since they're wearing helmets, can they just pass it on to younger kids, and still keep the name and still keep the group? I mean, to be honest,
technically you could do that, but I mean, it wouldn't be the same.
Just
thing,
like the Mandalorian, the Mandalorian, you have stunt doubles, but you don't know he's a stunt double because he has the helmet on.
Well, it's not really about that. I think what it is just about the music itself, right? So like the creativity that they brought to their music.
Yeah.
If you just hand it over to somebody else, I'm pretty sure somebody else will quickly figure out that it's not them. It's kind of like a band. Movie? No, I feel like Metallica, the band Metallica.
Yeah.
Which is, like a rock band that's been around for forever. And it doesn't matter what they put out. If you listen to it, you immediately know it's Metallica.
Yeah,
like, it's like their sound.
It's like
their signature.
They have certain riffs
so
on their guitars.
I kind of feel like if it's kind of like if Metallica was like, hey, we're too old to do this. We'll let you guys take on the name and just keep doing it for us. I feel like it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same. But, so like.
What was one song the song that stuck out?
Ooh, man, from them, they got so many fucking hits, bro. But
I think their biggest hit that everybody knows them from is "Get Lucky" with the Pharrell Williams. She's all night to get young. She's all night to get lucky. That one right there.
That would be like one of their more what is it? Recent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you had actually that song that Kanye sampled, "Stronger." That do it work is strong. That actually came from Daft Punk. From they actually have a song called what is it? Stronger, harder, something like that. But that's actually a sample from them.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah, there it is.
Right. So, but I think one of their more popular songs would be "One More Time."
One more time.
Which is another song that's been sampled quite a bit, right?
Huh? Yeah.
That's another song that's been sampled quite a bit as well. So they have a ton of stuff, man. They have a lot of music.
They have more of that retro techno sound. So like if you're into like EDM and stuff like that, you would probably know. And especially they did that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 90s.
They did the whole soundtrack for Tron.
Yeah,
which is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
I remember I was going to New Orleans the first time when I found out that my wife was pregnant. We were listening to Tron the entire way up there. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, oh my God, I'm ready to fucking listen to normal music with words and not instruments.
Oh man. Yeah, what's funny too about that is like you record a bunch of video and you kind of made like this whole little thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Like this little
from Galactic what's his name? The song's called Galactic something.
Oh, Galantis. That's
Galantis,
the name of
it is.
That's the name of the dudes that mix their music.
Yeah.
Galantis.
Yeah, and it has the cat in the front. Like the song had a cat in the front. Forgot what it's called, but it was that like that was the theme song.
Yeah.
Of
But you made the mistake of playing it throughout the whole thing that you made, so we couldn't even upload it to anything.
Yeah, I know.
That
was like the first time I found out about copyrighted
Yeah.
stuff. I got to be careful what I do. That's the first time I found out about it.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck's the music? It doesn't go right.
Yeah, I know, dude. And then another thing too with all these shortages that we've been having with like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox, and the components and all that stuff, it has to do with the fact that we're really heavily reliant on China. So I think that this administration is going to be they're investigating. Yeah, I think they're they're investigating whether the new executive orders that he put in place are for that reason, if that's what's actually happening. But even before this administration, the previous administration has been trying to
the Trumpers.
That administration has been trying to get us to get away from China, because we're so reliant on China for everything, like all those rare metals and everything, especially because we have such a shortage on chips. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish trade routes with Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan to make sure that we can actually, get all the shit that we need and not be so heavily reliant on China. Because, technically China really is a fucking communist country, and it's technically our enemy. And
but we get a lot of stuff done from them. Because everything you see is made in China.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Well, look, I believe I read a statistic. It said that it was 90% of our medical shit comes from China.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine if you if we go to war with China, we're fucked. 90% of our medical supply gone. What are you gonna do?
Shit. Home remedies, bro. And I know a bunch of Mexicans out there that can, they can cook up something in their kitchen. Like my mom, she used to say when she used to get sick, her grandmother used to wrap her toes up in tomatoes and onions and I don't know, she used to make him sweat out the fever. Because I'm guessing back then, she was all like, no, that's what we used to do, me home back then. And I was like, that sounds like y'all had no insurance. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So and most people did it.
Yeah, most people did it.
And today, I would say it's probably worse. I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out.
Well, yeah, maybe. Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it. You can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. 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 Yeah, man. So it was crazy last week, man. All this shit that we went through.
Yeah.
All this ice that we got. And it's not really snow.
Actually, it was snow and ice. It was like a slushy outside.
Yeah, dude. But it literally shut the whole city down.
Yeah. Actually, I think it almost shut the whole state down.
Yeah.
Well, dude. Except down south.
Who is it? Who's our what's our electric fucking
ERCOT
grid? Yeah,
ERCOT.
I read something that I said that they were I think a couple minutes away from it
4
being
minutes and 23 seconds
from it being completely fucked over.
Yeah.
And that it was going to take weeks to get people back to power. Because I don't know, maybe I think some folks still don't have power to this day.
I haven't heard that. I heard that after a couple of days, after it's all said and done, they didn't have power, but they came back. But to me, I just find it funny how these MFers could go down to the minute and seconds of when it was going to shut down, but yet you had almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks knowing that this storm was coming and you done nothing to plan for it.
It's winterizing all this stuff was going to cost them a ton of money. And,
but
that's going to hit their bottom line. They're trying to make profits. They don't care about that shit.
Yeah, and it's funny because all the board members and all of them, you know what? They don't even live in Texas. Shit. That's what's fucking crazy. The CEO himself and all the board members, they don't live in Texas. So it's like they didn't really give a shit because they're like, oh, it would never get that cold in Texas. So why should we winterize it? You know, that's going to cost more money.
Were they like Ted Cruz, catch flights, not feelings? I do think that's funny that he got so much shit over that. I'm
yeah.
like,
okay. Look. So I get
guy.
it. Like, so I see both sides. Okay. I get it. He was, you know, he
abandoned us.
He abandoned the
He should have been
Texans.
out there repairing the fucking grid. God damn it.
No, he should have did a little bit more because he has a little bit more power. Now people were like, "Oh, if you had a family, you know, you would have done the same thing." You're right. I would have. But the problem is the position that he's in. He could have made phone calls. He could have, you know, put things in order. Now I have a cousin that's in Dallas. He's on the council, for District 6, and even he was out there with his people. You know, he was getting buses like travel buses from Wynn. Right. And he was getting them set up to where they would come out and, you know, provide people with heat, give people the ability to charge their phones. They were serving water. Like, he organized all that. And he's a councilman. So, yes, Ted is a senator, is part of the Senate in the state of Texas. He should have, like, been doing something. And the fact that, you know, what's her name? OAC from New York. Her ass came down from New York all the way to Texas and did a fund for $2 million.
No, I think the total was like $4 million.
$4 million for fundraiser. Okay. And what did Ted Cruz do? Oh, I'm going to take some bottled water on a beautiful day and load it up in people's truck. You know, come on, bro. Like,
he's trying to repair his image. You leave him alone. Yeah. And I totally get it, man. I do understand everybody's, you know, people are upset from
if you're going to be in a position,
but if you're in that position where you're supposed to be helping,
you know, your job relies on, you know, we give you your job, basically. The Texans give you your job by your votes and stuff like that. So the fact that you kind of like, oh, well, I'm going to take my kids and, you know, they're out of school for the week. It's like, motherfucker, this ain't vacation. You know? You know, you think these motherfuckers want to be on vacation? You know, but I get it on both sides. Like, people are like, oh, well, if you would have done the same thing, you're right. I would have done the same thing, but I'm not in his position. If I was in position, I would have did it a totally different way. And the fact is, look, you already know the media doesn't like you, right? So if you do something like that, like, you just put yourself in that position. Like, be more smarter about it.
Yeah,
and
I know.
The fact is, they found out that your ass went out. You know, if you were gonna leave, you should have like, don't post anything.
Well, he's the reason he went down to Cancun and he brought the sunshine. You know, after a couple of days later, it was back.
Come on. Look, if you're gonna do something, do it low key. Do it low key.
Yeah, but dude, nowadays, I mean, come on, you can't do anything low key, especially if you're like a high ranking official, anybody that's in the social media world, anything like that.
Look,
people are gonna catch you. They're gonna see you. They're gonna post your ass on TikTok, on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. You're just gonna go fucking viral, which is what happened.
I'm gonna do exactly what he did. I'm gonna blame his kids.
He blamed his daughters.
Yeah, he threw his daughters under the bus. They wanted to go. Well, who's the adult in there? Were you or them?
Yeah, I know. So I do understand. I do get it why people are so they're upset about it. And then, you know, it's like you get it from both sides. People are like angry, and then the other side's like, he's just one man. What is he gonna do? Go out and fix the power grid? It's like, bro, you have a responsibility. You're supposed to be doing shit.
Yeah, you have the power to make phone calls, get shit running.
Yeah,
like, not get the power running, but like organize
some kind of fundraiser or something and try to get like people somewhere or get them some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just run away from your problems. I mean, I get it. It was cold. It was like, I think I woke up one day, it was like -2 degrees. I was like, what? What does that even feel like? I went outside and I was out there for about 10 minutes. Dude, it is rough. I was like, wow, man, that's crazy. That's insane. Like, you know what's funny too? Because a couple of days later, it went up to like 40 degrees. I was like, fuck, this is hot.
I know. Like I said, your body adapts to it just like your body adapts to space.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know, it's like I know this is something weird and it sounds kind of woo-woo, but you do have like something that we evolved out of. It's called brown fat. You can actually look that up. But
fact check.
Yeah, if you expose yourself to like really cold conditions, your body will eventually go back to that brown fat, like, and get you back to where you could actually be out there without a shirt and be all right.
I've seen people do the polar challenge. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like people's pools are frozen, so people were just going out there, just jumping in the pool, and You know, and they're like, I was like, oh, there's no way. Now I asked my boss, I was like, you know, can you do that and not die? He's like, yeah, just as long as you do it and come right out of it, but you can't just jump into the heat, you know, real quick. You have to, you know, sit there and let your body warm itself up. But it's okay to. It's be all right. You can just. I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it. I don't give a fuck if it's okay or not. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I did see like a bunch of videos going viral too. This dude, his dog fell into the pool. You know, because he was like
Rico. What's his name? Rico.
I'm not sure, but like the dog was just walking on ice because the pool was frozen, and then like it cracks. He falls in, and the owner's trying to get to him, and then he falls in. You know,
Rico, no, Rico, no.
Yeah.
I was like, well, damn, Rico, you gone.
Look, I got lucky. I share a power grid with a major hospital, so we didn't have to go through anything. We didn't have any power outages. We didn't have any issues with water pipes bursting or, you know, just
you were
not having
fortunate ones.
Yeah. Water shortage or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I did see a ton of that.
Yeah. And you just kind of feel like same thing for me. You know, I live in an area. It is crazy. It's funny how they pick and choose which ones they were going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I live in a neighborhood, you know, my little section that I stay in, it's like, it's a neighborhood. There's like one way in, one way out type neighborhood. Actually there's 2 way ins, 2 way out. And it opens up and then it kind of veers off to the left all by its with other homes and stuff. And I live in a section that like are next to like in circles, you know, like court driveways or whatnot.
Yeah.
And that section that I stayed in, they didn't lose power at all. So I didn't lose power. Nice. I didn't lose any of that. But the other side where you get to take this road down for like a couple of blocks and then it opens up to a whole other neighborhood, that whole area got shut off. So it's kind of like, you know, how do you pick and choose which one, you know, who got the power cut off or who didn't? I feel like it's because I was up to date on my bills. You know, they didn't cut me off because they know where their money come from me. But no, but I was fortunate enough, and I just told my wife, even though we do have our power, you know, I just got lucky enough as well the week before planning that I had got a bunch of wood. You know, coming in.
You're funny, bro. I remember I was talking to you. You're like, yeah, I've been eyeballing some furniture in case I got to break it down.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Fucking film.
I mean, look, I was fortunate enough to have a lot of wood conserved just the week prior to the storm hitting, that if our power did go out, because I was burning wood the first day, but I was like, well, let me hold off for this wood in case our power does cut off. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to resort to that. Yeah. So yeah, I had all that just ready to go as standby, and I was telling my wife, look, let's conserve power. I was, you know, unplugging everything around the house that I didn't use. We just kind of formed like in this one little area. Even though we had power and stuff, I was like, look, I told my wife, you're gonna have to start looking around and start figuring out what you don't want in this house, because that's gonna go in the fireplace. I'm gonna start burning some shit. And then worst case is like, look, I've been trying to redo my fence for the past year now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just start knocking that motherfucker down and start using that as wood. You know, we were not gonna freeze in my house, I promise you.
Yeah, dude, you were a lot more prepared than I was. I have a fireplace, but I was like, I don't have any wood for it. So if the power went out, I would have been like, well, shit, what am I gonna do? I guess I'll go hang out in the car and, you know,
yeah. Well, a lot of people did that, and then a lot of people were actually, you know, didn't know that you can't start your car in your garage. You know, the people were dying, and you know, with carbon monoxide poisoning. And actually, there was a duplex down the street from my house. Yeah, that caught fire.
Oh my god!
During the winter storm, and it was all over the news.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did see that.
That was down the street from the house.
Wow, man!
That's insane. You could literally look outside my window, and you can see the smoke. And I was just like, wow. But I really, to this day, I don't know what caused that. Some people say it's because they started their car in their garage and trying to keep warm, but I don't know.
Yeah, man, I did see that, like, some kids, the ER was getting filled with some kids that were getting some kind of poisoning coming from the people were opening their ovens and starting them up, you know? So if it's a gas one, you can obviously get
carbon monoxide. Yeah,
you know.
See, look, I come from a house that my mom used to do that in the stove when it was cold. She would just turn the stove on. And
I gotta tell you, that's something that I first seen here coming to Texas was like doing, you know, when I used to do installs during a wintertime, I would come into a house and somebody had the oven open and it was like a full blast, and I was like, the fuck are you doing?
But my mom used to do that too. So when they were saying don't do that, I was like, good luck telling these Mexican women not to do that because they're gonna look at you like, if I've been doing this for all this time and I've
We're
never had
fine.
an issue. Yeah.
That's the reason why the COVID didn't hit us, because we had that. We grew up with the gas.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, man, so it was just like it was like, I was trapped in here for a week, you know? I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. I mean, I did get out for a little bit, just kind of drove around. And, you know, the crazy thing is, like, that was the first time that I've ever driven out of here, like, under any circumstance that even gas stations were shut down.
Yeah.
Like, there was nobody out. Like, fast food places, everything was closed. I was like, what the fuck,
The pandemic
man?
was like, I can't get these Texans to stay home. The snow was like, hold my motherfucking beer.
Yeah, dude, he's like, I got you, bro.
Let me show you how to make these Texans stay home. But
yeah,
I was lucky enough that we went outside. I spent outside with my wife and my son and the dog. And the dog had a kick out of the snow.
yeah.
But
Oh,
I could
bet.
not build a snowman to save my life, bro, because it would not stick. It would not stick at all. So I'm like, what kind of snow is this?
Yeah,
I don't know what it was made of, but it was like non-stick free. Guess it's
Yeah,
like non-sugar.
You didn't see the videos of that lady like grabbing the ice ball and like it was lighting it on fire and saying, "That's not real snow. This is what they're trying to get us to."
It's HARP. It's HARP.
They're just lying to us.
I think I heard somebody say, "Oh wow, look, Biden comes in, and all of a sudden we got snow, and our power goes out. Thanks a lot, Biden." I was like, "How's that motherfucker's fault that the snow's happening?"
Yeah, you know, it's just, God, you gotta love the conspiracy theories too. It's like all of a sudden now
we can control the weather.
all the COVID cases are down 50-60% ever since he came into office.
I told you. I told my boss. I told my boss like last week, or not last week, but in when I think in August or September, and I
Yeah.
was like, watch. As soon as Trump leaves office, COVID cases are gonna go down.
Yeah,
And we'll
a
go
lot
back
of people
to
said
normal.
that.
And then I was just like, when the election was, I was like, look, I'm ready for Biden just to get in here, just so he can stop this whole COVID mess, because I already know once Trump leaves, COVID cases is gonna go down. That's just because that's how they have it set up. They set that fool up to fail. That's what I feel like. They just, that whole COVID thing, they just set Trump up to fail, and
Yeah, dude, the end of an era.
Yeah.
Goodbye, guy.
right.
Yeah, but this current administration, I don't know. What can you say? It's just, that's what I'm saying. Like with all the conspiracy theories, I just don't even know what to believe in anymore. It's just too many crazy people out there with like, I'll tell you that snowball thing, that it was fake snow, saying that it wasn't real snow. I'm just sitting there watching this going like, oh my God.
I mean, I
This
get
is where
it.
we're
There's
at.
some conspiracy theories because look, I've been on some hella conspiracy theories this past week because I was trapped in through the snow. So I started watching a bunch of alien shit. You know, and once you start getting down that rabbit hole and you start looking at like,
the reptile people.
Yeah, the reptilians.
Yeah, the
That's
reptilians.
just kind of like, now you just entered a whole new world. And it's when I was trapped in the house during the snow, I started just researching a bunch of shit that I should not be researching. Just because that's how bored you were.
Yeah, I know. You know what I did? I watched a ton of Netflix. Just kind of was like, just going through a bunch of shows, just like running through all this stuff. Because I mean, it literally was a whole week just being in here, not being able to do anything, go outside, do anything. You couldn't do anything. Nothing was open.
No.
And then another thing, it was like, this is something that's, I guess it's true to us when you go around saying like, well, why can't they tell us there's aliens out there? We can handle it. Yo, they told y'all there was going to be a fucking snow storm coming through. And then everybody panicked and all the fucking grocery stores were
I don't
empty.
get that. I fucking hate that.
You know, it's only a couple days, right?
Yes, I don't understand the panic buyers. Like, I don't get it. Like, people were like buying up a bunch of water, a bunch of milk. Like, look, dude, it was only gonna last. Now, good and damn well, just throughout the regular week, you don't go around buying like 3 gallons of milk. You know that for sure.
Exactly.
And you go out and you do that, and now the milk's all spoiled because you panic. The snow wasn't gonna last that long.
It's all it is just like you go into this survival mode. It's like it's that deal you made with Destiny the moment you were born, that you're gonna try to live for as long as you could, right? For as long as you can. So obviously, it's like, hey, there's going to be a huge storm coming through. There's probably going to be power outages. And, so people just start to get scared. And I understand that, because especially if you have a newborn, you know, or if you have little kids, people to provide for. And you can't just, if you don't have anywhere to go and everything's shut down, what are you going to do? You have to have all this stuff at home to be ready to, to provide for them.
Yeah. So
I do understand that aspect.
Here's the thing. So you people, for as much time people are on Facebook or social media, the news is literally telling you on Facebook, look, I need to be prepared, and they don't. So they want to wait till like the day before it hits to buy everything. When knowing, like when we found out, we went. I think we went Saturday morning, right before the storm hit. Saturday morning, we went early in the morning. There was a ton of stuff out there, and we just got what we needed for the week. Just like a regular grocery shopping. And then I went back to the grocery store later on that day, because I went to go buy some wood chips for a fire starter, and everybody was there. Like we would have thought we went into Armageddon mode. And I'm like,
yeah, it was like at the beginning of the pandemic. You remember that? Like that's how it felt. Because I had to go get some water and a couple things. So I went that Tuesday morning. I got the car started and I, found my way through. But there was so many people there and there wasn't a lot of stuff there, dude. But it's just weird. Like you could feel this static in the air. Yeah. Like this energy, like this negative energy where it felt like if somebody does something wrong, I feel like shit's going to go sideways really fast in here. Like you could just feel the tension, bro. Like there were so many people, like, you're trying to get through. And it's like, I'm like, I understand, like how these moments go viral where like somebody just like blows up at a grocery store or somewhere. It's like, put on your fucking goddamn mask. Like you could literally feel that tension where I could see like if somebody did that, I would be able to understand exactly why that happened. Cause it's like, I'm telling you, there's just so much tension in there. There was so many people. I was like, I just try to run in there, get those gallons of water and run out. I was like, I don't even want to be in here. I was like, there's so many people. Everybody's just trying to get through with your carts. And I get annoyed as hell with people to begin with anyways. I don't like small talk or people just coming up to me or like rubbing up against me. So I was just like,
I don't even like that in the beginning.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't even want to fucking be here. So I just hurried the hell up, got that water, and I got out. But I'm telling you, dude, you could literally feel that static in the air. It's like everybody's just like an inch away from like murdering each other over a fucking pound of beef.
Question. All right. If you had a choice, and we'll end it with this, would you rather go hungry or would you want to stay warm?
I would rather go hungry. Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it. You can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Anchor. Anchor.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
The fuck is that?
All right, guys, now it's time for some What the Fuck Is That with Alfonso. Now, these stories may sound weird and may not sound real, but guess what? They are. And Alfonso, what do we got today, bro?
Dude, so ex-Garda is behind the biggest maritime drug bust in history. They seized $800 million worth of cocaine. Yeah, the former Garda, who leads Europe's first line of defense against drug smuggling, has described last week's seizure of cocaine worth $800 million in the Atlantic as the largest maritime drug bust ever.
Damn.
Yeah, so in 2018, they did get some, they got a pretty huge bust, right? So it was like about half of the amount that they had, that they seized this time around. So they got, almost $1 billion worth of cocaine that was headed from South Africa over to Europe. Man, dude,
Africa?
Dude, yeah. It was.
I guess you can because
I'm sorry, not South Africa, South America.
Oh, I was going to say South Africa. I was like, well, I
fucked that one
guess.
up. Because that's Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming from the Atlantic, dude. But, all right, so this is kind of crazy, right? Because I don't know. I didn't know Coke is kind of coming back in a big fucking way.
I think Coke has always been here.
No, but I just feel like in the last recent years, it's just been so fucking big, bro. I can tell you a couple examples. I can't get too descriptive about it, but I was not here. This is in California, and we were I was just like visiting family. So I went out with some friends to go hang out.
Yeah,
and this is a couple of years that I hadn't been over there, and I walk into the bathroom and like everybody's fucking snorting Coke, and I'm just
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck, dude? Yeah, dude, but it's super fucking big down there. I guess this is what happens when you make marijuana legal. People are just like, well, we don't want it because it's legal.
Yeah.
What's the next best thing?
That's a gateway drug. You get something that's easy and you're like, I want something stronger than this.
Yeah.
It's like drinking, you drink a beer, let me have some tequila. Want some tequila? Oh no, give me some more.
Yeah.
You want something stronger, harder. And then that's where you're doing marijuana. Next thing you know, you're doing meth.
That's where you end up fucking up, bro.
Yeah, that's when you start losing all your teeth. And then you start thinking about crazy shit, and you're just kind of like,
She wanted to stick a dildo up my ass.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to be around people like that.
no, you don't want to be around that guy.
Once she starts saying shit like that, you run. You fucking run. You get
that's when you just come up to him and you start singing to him.
No, don't touch me there. This is my no square.
Yeah, exactly. So the biggest seizure occurred on Friday when police in the small island nation of Cape Verde received information from MOAC that the ship Ezer was carrying the drug. When it docked, officers found 9.5 tons of high purity cocaine worth Mr. Sullivan estimated about $800 million.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's not $1 million, 800 million quid. So in American money, that's probably like $1.1 billion maybe, because I think what is like 1 quid is like $1.50. Is worth $1.50.
What's the real reason that drugs is illegal? Because it's untaxable. I really feel like it is. Because
what do you mean it's illegal? It's illegal to protect the public. What are you talking about?
No, it's because think about it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, smoking is bad for us, causes cancer.
Yeah.
Right. But it's legal.
It's proven that it's like extremely bad for your health.
Exactly. But it's legal.
Like as an ex-smoker, I could tell you that it was literally killing me. I haven't smoked in like 10 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but it was like.
But you vape now. So
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, it's not smoking. It's just vapor. So it's not the same shit.
It's gonna kill you.
That's what they want you to think because it's hurting the tobacco. It's hurting the tobacco companies.
No. Okay, so you're just like,
You are fake news.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm not. It's actual factual shit. It's actual factual shit.
It's actual factual shit. Okay. But no, for real, I feel like drugs, they just can't get a hold of it. They can't tax it. And I think that's why, Wait,
hold on. So what is your reasoning behind that? That's the reason behind it being illegal. I don't understand your point.
Okay, so
elaborate a little bit.
Okay, cocaine. They say it's a drug, right? You're not supposed to do it. You take it either through your nose, or you can put it on the top of your gums. I've heard. I haven't tried.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that's what you. But it's to give you like a high. Okay, right? Anything I don't understand what's the difference between being high and then being drunk. If beer's legal, and it gets you drink enough of it, you get drunk. But drugs, the same thing. Like if you take enough of it, you get high. So what's the difference? If you drink and drive, you go to jail, you can kill somebody, right?
Right.
So why is that legal, but drugs ain't? Like cocaine's not, or marijuana's not.
Yeah, I mean, I have no fucking
Exactly.
idea.
Doesn't make sense. You know, they serve the same purpose.
Like, well, I mean, remember at one point they did make liquor illegal. Remember prohibition?
I mean, prohibition.
Prohibition.
Yeah, prohibition. Prohibition. Yeah, of course.
That lasted a good fucking like 5 years.
And then
maybe.
you know, a lot of the moonshiners came out of that.
All those bootleggers, son.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
man.
like, still, now it's legal. Okay, so
well, that's to your point. Yes, like, did that ever stop people from drinking? No. You just made it illegal. All you did was you made people go into the underground to get it, which is true. Was just what all these people that have to get all these drugs that are illegal, you have to go into the underworld to get them, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you can't just go to the fucking store and pick up a bag of Coke.
that would be the fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something that tripped me out the other day. I did see somebody post like a pack that looked like cigarettes, but it's marijuana joints that are rolled to look just like cigarettes. You know, so I was like, wow, you know, it's like we're finally
creative.
moving into that direction. Because I remember as kids, we used to talk about that. Like, imagine there's gonna be maybe there'll be a time when you could actually just go to the store and pick up a pack of cigarettes, but it's not a pack of cigarettes; it's a pack of weed cigarettes. You know, and you're like, and that's actually starting to happen now. I mean, look at some of the states, right? What is it? Colorado pretty much legal. Was it Colorado?
Yeah.
They legalized everything? No.
They legalized weed.
No. I know they legalized weed, and
Recreational.
they also legalized mushrooms. So
I didn't
you
know
could,
that.
yeah, you could actually get,
Holy
you could
shit.
dip into that, dude. How do you feel about that? The whole mushroom thing
I don't
as
know.
a trip.
Have you
ever done anything? You've never experienced with anything.
I've never
like that?
experienced with drugs.
No, nothing. No cocaine. Is that what you're saying? Just because certain people watch this? Are you being honest?
I'm being honest.
You fucking
Blink
square.
Blink twice.
No, I would say like I've never done cocaine. That's something I never fucked with. I was like,
People listen to us and be like, "You fucking pussies."
Dude, well, it was like I feel like cocaine is like one of the only drugs out there that like the first time you try it could actually kill you. So
yeah, if you try to go out there and be a fucking baller and be like, "Watch me do this whole 8-ball by myself," fucking Scarface and shit.
Yeah, but as far as like mushrooms go, like going on a trip, like finding yourself, microdosing, anything like that, you never.
I've never done all that.
You know, I think it's a lot to handle for a lot of people because you just don't know. There's always like these nightmare scenarios, right? Where it's like you take too much and you're just like you're having such a bad trip and you're running for your life,
or you end up naked. You know,
yeah, you know,
doing
you're trying
crazy shit.
Yeah,
now I can see why now it's illegal. I can see why.
But something that they found recently, the reason why they legalized mushrooms is because some of these psychedelics is because they help people with like severe depression or people with severe PTSD. So a lot of these people coming back from wars or coming back from the military with severe PTSD, they found that it helps them a lot better than any other drug out there. You know, so it's like, hey, well, how come they can't do it? You know, if it's been medically proven to help them, so it's like we should be able to use
because
this
big pharma doesn't want
as
it
a medical thing. Right, that's another thing, man.
Big
It's
pharma
like,
doesn't
dude,
want it.
Yeah, we can't do anything in this country because
we don't. We live in the United States. Is not a country; it's a corporation. Remember that.
It's a republic. All right,
it's a corporation.
It's a republic, and it's owned by corporations, which is why we can't do shit. You can vote all you want, but if you don't have the money, you can't do shit because these corporations just come in and they basically make all the laws for themselves. Thank you. That's a quote from Bernie Sanders.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah, man.
So you're a Bernie Sanders supporter?
I mean, I like some of his ideas. I do like some of the shit he says. I'm not going to say that I support everything that he says because some of it is just kind of a little too commie for me, you know?
I was this close to buying a piñata of him when he's folded up in his chair with his mittens on. Yeah. They made a piñata at him. And I actually, you know what? I have it on my phone. I'll post it on our Instagram. For anybody who's listening or watching, you can follow us on Instagram at Tacos with Beer Podcasts. And I'm going to post the picture of the piñatas that I saw. Of Bernie Sanders. I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah, I did see that. Dude, that dude's he's cool, man. Like, remember he made a bunch of shirts out of that meme. He sold them, and then all the money that he made went to to Meals on Wheels in Vermont. So at least he did something good with it.
One of the funniest memes I saw this past week was I don't know if you ever saw that astronaut that they're saying that he actually floated out in space by himself with this kit, like a jetpack type. And he was his first astronaut to do that, to where he's flying around freely.
Oh, like he wasn't tethered?
He wasn't tethered to anything. So he actually float like in space by himself, and he had the kit on him. And then they showed a picture of him when he was like just out there in space. And then right next to him, you see Bernie Sanders on his chair. I saw that and I just got to, I thought I got a little chuckle off of that.
Yeah. Well, see, but hold on. So this is going back to like last week's. Was it last week? I don't even remember. But we were talking about like how maybe Texas, or no, on the federal level, that they want to legalize marijuana. They need to hurry the hell up and do that. As far as something like this, cocaine, no. I wouldn't be like, yeah, we should legalize cocaine. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know, bro. That's kind of a little step too.
If they legalize,
I'm not that progressive.
Would you try it?
Fuck no.
Why?
I don't know, man. There's just something about coke that it's just not me, bro. It's like,
no, knock it till you try it.
I already have like really, really bad allergies, and my sense of smell is like gone. And me having to fucking stick more shit up my nose to fucking get high. Nah, I think I'm gonna stick to beer.
Well, on that note, no.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today, guys. Make sure you check out our website, talkerswithbeer.com. We actually got a new makeover.
Yeah, man.
We're kind of changing the whole game up,
Yep.
I feel like it's time for a change, new year, new season.
Yeah. It's time for the change for Instagram. We're really not Instagram, for YouTube. We're really going to push to YouTube. So
yeah, so make sure
please hit that subscribe button.
If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once again, if you are listening to us on other audio devices or audio streams platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. And if you survive the storm or whatnot,
leave your comment down below if you went through anything.
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out like how did you survive?
Yeah,
how did you do it? A lot of people see. I found out a cool way was when I survived it. It was like at night. They said a lot of people were like putting a bunch of blankets and coats on top of them, but in reality, I found out and did my research that you actually have to get either butt ass naked or just in your underwear, and you have to huddle up with people because y'all produce a lot of body heat. So I don't know. It worked for me. Like there's
a couple of you and butt ass naked.
I'm just saying, like I slept butt ass naked and I was hot. So I'm just saying.
You also didn't lose power.
True. That kind of just throws the whole theory out. All right, guys. We'll always make sure, guys. Oh, one thing, please remember: keep those tacos hot and spicy,
and those beers coming. We're out.
Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
I hate goodbyes.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
I think I'll go home now.